Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Welcome to High Vibrational Kings. This is a channel for people that want to better themselves in life. Shout out to anybody holding on to their energy, breaking bad addictions, and trying to become a better version of themselves. Alright, guys, so real quick, in this video, I want to talk about, is it okay to watch the hub when you're retaining? So, somebody commented this morning. I made a post on this where they were talking about how it was a good thing to watch, corn, while you're practicing retention because it's a way of stimulating you. Um, Guys, there's so many like wrong things about that, like that mentality, edging and all that bullshit. Like, some people actually think that it's okay to watch the hub as long as you don't release. Like, let me tell you guys why it's like it's terrible. That's terrible advice, guys. So basically, when you're watching the hub, you're overstimulating your mind. You're exposing your mind to like so much hyper you're basically like hyper stimulating your mind, and you're kind of like abusing like your dopamine receptors. Like I mentioned, it's kind of like the same way of like a drug addict. He's just like looking for that high. So guys, there's no such thing as corn in moderation because it's literally a human trap. That's what it is, guys. It's a human trap to keep you enslaved into your lower nature, because you're not casually just watching like these videos and then just to stimulate you. And then, guys, even if you're retaining, guys, you shouldn't be watching that at all. Like, you're just killing your benefits. Like, you're killing your mental clarity. um when you get around these women, you're gonna be all timid. You're not gonna be able to look at them in the eyes because you're seeing them objectively. That's where a lot of like anxiety comes from, is from watching those type of materials, because it just scrambles your mind. It literally rewires your brain and you see reality in a different way. So it doesn't matter if you're not releasing. If As long as you're watching that, guys, you're just kind of like what's the point of that? Like, that shit is like, it's beta behavior. Like, literally think about it, guys. You watching that is the equivalent to being in a room with two strangers and then you just like watching them. Like, that's not manly, guys. Like, I made a video of this before where you will never be a man as long as you're watching that. Like, that shit is like the most weakest, pathetic thing that you could do as a man, is watch another man smash a chick that you have an emotional um, stimulation towards, like where you find attractive. Uh, the point of retention, guys, is to, hold on to your seed, your energy. But the point of not watching the hub is to kind of let your mind rewire itself back to its natural state, to let your mind heal. Because, guys, when you're always hyper stimulating your mind, you become desensitized to not only the content that you're watching, but to life as well. Like, the simple things in life, the things that you might have enjoyed doing back then, they're not even appealing to you anymore because your mind doesn't seem like excited by it. It doesn't excite your mind because you're literally uh like messing up your dopamine receptors, because you're constantly bombarding it with synthetic dopamine. You're just like watching something that just hijacks your mind. And yeah, guys, it's crazy. It's literally a weapon. So no, that's like terrible advice, guys, to just be looking at that stuff, even if you're practicing retention. Like that comment said, to stimulate you. Or, bro, like, the point of not watching the hub is to kind of like let your mind heal, not be like overstimulated. Let it go back to its natural state, and then incorporate healthier things into your life that will cause excitement. Like I said, I made a video where life becomes more exciting when you're on retention, because you know, like the simplest things, like you feel like you enjoy things a lot more when you let your mind kind of heal. Because when you think about it, guys, if you're watching all these things like social media, the hub, you're always chasing like dopamine, you're always looking for things to make you feel good. You're basically like a freaking like a hamster in a wheel. You're just going in circles. You're not going anywhere. You're just literally chasing like the next high. um it's like a never ending cycle is what it is. It's a never ending cycle, and you have to break that. And you have to break that in order to be free. And yeah, guys, it's just like so many, like, it's insane, guys. It's crazy. I would rather you guys have like actual interactions with chicks. With the hub, guys, it kind of taints your energy. It like gives you like ugly energy where you're not confident. You don't have like this charisma. Even if you're retaining, guys, if you're watching the hub, your energy isn't going to be as authentic. It isn't going to be as radiating. Like, it's not going to be as pure, right? Because you're looking at things that like corrupt your mind and your spirit. So even if you're retaining, yeah, you might be getting the benefits of like the nutritional value of like the vitamins and the minerals that come from holding onto your seed. But on a spiritual, energetic level and a mental level, you're just like killing your benefits from watching that. So, guys, don't watch the hub. Retain. Find other ways to stimulate your mind. Actually talk to females. Like, it's actually more enjoyable actually talking to like these females than to as a form of stimulation. I be talking to females all the time, and it's awesome. Like, the masculine and like feminine energy is just like that right there is kind of like stimulation itself. Even if you don't like smash, it's just like a conversation can actually like make you feel like pretty good, especially like when you feel good about yourself and you're talking to like these females, and your mind isn't all like thinking lustfully about them because you're not watching the hub. That right there is a form of like, dopamine. You're getting like that high from having like a conversation and just feeling like good about yourself. And it's just a more natural way of living than to be like looking at the hub just to get stimulated. There's a totally complete difference from, you know, being stimulated from watching those type of contents to actually being around like females and doing other things that kind of like get your mind, going. So I don't know where that person got that from. Like, that's terrible advice. Like, I don't recommend you guys doing that, because literally every time you guys watch that, you feel like mentally drained afterwards. Like, have you guys ever been like retaining, or even if like you don't, even if you don't release, you're just like watching like these videos, and it's just like it kind of like drains you mentally. It's kind of like you get like that dopamine hit, but then all of a sudden it just goes back down, and you have to look up like you're just like a freaking crackhead. You're just like looking for the next high, it's crazy, guys. Like, so this should be one another thing I want to mention, guys, is quitting the hub should be one of your main goals in life. Like, when you're retaining, guys, it's not about moderation like that. There's no such thing as moderation when it comes to those demonic sites, guys. You have to get rid of it completely, because a lot of people are addicted to that for like years and years before they even realize the problem behind it, because they normalize it for themselves. They normalize it for themselves, so they don't really see anything wrong with it. But that's what causes a lot of like, social interactions. Just like the way that you are as a person, it just taints you. You become a lesser version of yourself when you're doing that. So by eliminating that, guys, you just become more authentic. So that should be one of your main goals on this retention journey, is to, not watch like the hub again. Like, don't go back to that, because you're just gonna start rewiring your mind again. You're gonna start craving like the synthetic dopamine, instead of actually going out and doing things that will stimulate you naturally, and accomplishing like actual goals that will make you feel better about yourself, not just watching like pixels on the screen and just bombarding your mind with all this bullshit, you know? So yeah, that should be your goal, guys, to, you know, let your mind heal, like just like get that out of your life, like destroy it, you know? Don't don't go back and forth with it. It's just something that you have to heal over time. And you know, with that comes like pause, PAWS. It stands for post addiction withdrawal system symptoms, or basically, like, guys, it's like I mentioned, like the hub, it's like a drug, guys. So when you stop doing that, you may experience like withdrawals, because that was your mind's way of getting the dopamine. So when you remove that, it's kind of like you go like through these withdrawal symptoms sometime down the road. They're also known as like flat lines, and you know, you just feel like very low. You don't feel like, you know, these come and go, but it's all about the process, guys. I made videos on this before about like flat lines, but it's like literally a healing process. So guys, there's no point in retaining if you're still watching the hub. And yeah, guys, so it's all about, you know, being serious about this, and not like being like wishy-washy about it. You know, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm retaining, but you know, I'm a still like that literally doesn't make any sense, guys. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is something that will like, retention is a tool that helps like lift you up, but you actually have to put in the work yourself. You have to, because retention is a form of discipline too. So by you retaining, that discipline goes in other areas of your life. You know, you're not so impulsive to do things. So that's why retention is a great practice, um, to not like go back to like bad addictions and things that were like holding you back in the past. So the hub is like one of the biggest obstacles that you're gonna have to, you know, go through and eliminate for the future, because, you know, guys, like I mentioned before, if something is free, it means that you're paying with your soul. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna end the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.